Alrighty everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a PvE build for the Strand Hunter. This idea is inspired by a couple of comments from Colonel Pudding-VD8FT and Federo5842. Hope I said that right. Who almost wrote the video for me. But if you want your build ideas to be featured in a video, then be sure to leave them in the comments down below and they might get featured. Now, let's start out with our abilities. You have your super, Gambler's Dodge to recharge our melee, your jump, and Threaded Spike, our melee. You throw it out, and it seeks and damages several targets. Damaging them will sever them, and upon the rope dart coming back to you, press the melee button to get some melee energy back. Sever is a strand keyword that has target's outgoing damage reduced, so it helps you. For our grenade, we're going to be using Grapple, which is a grappling hook. Performing a melee out of your grapple will unravel the target. Unravel is another keyword that allows you to deal increased damage to affected targets. Now let's move on to our fragments, starting out with Thread of Isolation. Landing rapid precision hits emits a severing burst from the target. This is great for assisting in crowd control as it will have affected targets deal less damage. Next up, Thread of Transmutation. While you have Woven Mail, weapon final blows create a tangle. Now a few things here. Number one, we're going to constantly have Woven Mail thanks to this build. But for you new players, Woven Mail is a buff that gives you a 45% damage resistance in PvE. Now creating tangles. Well, tangles are Johns. And you can pick up the Johns and you can yeet them for some throwaway damage. And it also gives you a nice plus 10 to strength. Next up, Thread of Continuity. Suspend, unravel, and sever effects applied to targets have increased duration. Pretty simple. Our strand keyword debuffs have an increased duration, which is always good. Rounding it out with Thread of Ascent. Activating your grenade ability reloads your equipped weapon and grants bonus airborne effectiveness and handling for a short duration. You don't necessarily need this one, but I like it for spamming heavy weapons while having almost no downtime. Also gives a nice plus 10 to mobility. Now, our aspect, starting out with Widow's Silk. You have an additional grenade charge, and your grappling hook creates a grapple tangle at the grapple point. So, if you remember these from the Lightfall campaign, go watch the funny moments by the way, these are points that when you grapple, do not consume your grenade energy. So you can grapple to the point as long as it's there, which already pairs with Thread of Continuity and will also synergize with our exotic. Whirling Maelstrom. Destroying a tangle will weave a violent, writhing mass of strand fibers. Blah blah, it creates a fidget spinner when destroyed or thrown that seeks out targets and unravels and kills them. This thing is great for ad clear, turning our Johns into deadly Johns. So yeet those Johns. Now for our exotic, starting out with Buried Bloodline. You can acquire this sidearm as a random drop from the final encounter of the new Warlord's Ruin dungeon. So bust out that credit card and buy that dungeon key. The intrinsic, Hungering Quarrel, double fires tracking bolts. Landing bolts leeches health from the target. The trait, Violent Reanimation, multiple final blows with this weapon grant Devour to the wielder. And the catalyst would allow this weapon to apply weakness to targets while Devour is active, but let's not talk about who does or does not have the catalyst yet. Basically, we're using this gun to get Devour, which upon each final blow by anything will heal us, grant us grenade energy, and extend Devour. Cyrtarachne's Facade is an exotic that can be acquired by completing the Lightfall campaign on Legend difficulty while on a hunter, or can be wished for using the wish tokens at Mara. Acrobat's Focus allows you to gain Woven Mail when activating Grapple. Increased flinch resistance while Woven Mail is active. So free damage resistance for just using your Grapple. So, in terms of weapons, I saw an opportunity and took it. Rufus's Fury and Corax's Distress. The reason why is having two Root of Nightmares equipped at the same time buffs each other because of the origin trait. But really what you want is just a primary with Demolitionist, which Rufus Fury has, to ensure that we keep our grenade up as much as possible. As always, mods aren't required, but here's what I'm running. The gameplay footage that you've been seeing has been recorded with no seasonal mods to future-proof the build, but the showcase will include seasonal mods that will make the build even better. So basically, we're constantly proccing Woven Mail by using one grenade to create a grapple point and the other to constantly grapple to the same point, giving us damage resistance and reloading our weapon. We're using Buried Bloodline to give us Devour for health on kills, and we're using Whirling Maelstrom to clear our adds along with our Root of Nightmare weapons. So if you like this build, then be sure to subscribe, and if you want your build ideas to be featured in a future video, then be sure to leave them in the comments below. So let's get straight to the showcase. Alrighty, let's see what this thing can do. Oh, see? He wasn't using the build. And he left. Alright, take two. Even even though the first time wasn't even my fault. And girl, just going fast. Well, the mail probably saved me there. I'm calling it. Alright, get back to this. Focus on because demolition is kills. By the way, in this segment, I do have seasonal mods on that buff Strand. In the previous segment, I didn't have any of those. So if the build looks a bit spicy here, that's why. Might as well take advantage of it while it's still around. Okay. And there's Devour. Devour plus Woven Mail, nothing's killing us. It's great because our little tangle thingy can go out and proc Devour for us while we're focused on other things, or while we're reprocking Woven Mail. As long as you always got one of those things running around, we're solid. Because we really only need the sidearm for one kill, unless you need an anti-barrier. This gun sounds like a suction cup. Feels like I'm shooting plungers. No, I want. You know, I feel like there's not really a whole lot going on, but really this build just puts this game on autopilot. Guess that's a bit of a testament to what's going on here. Yeah, fuck that. And this is what I like about this tangle thing. Don't reload, just spam shots. Man, that really is autopilot, this build. This build is pretty fun. Alright, well, that solves that. Oh, don't die. Stay, let's go in there. And let's kill some stuff. Spin to win.
Nope.
Sometimes you gotta hold it for an extra second. Not even afraid about death right now. Maybe a little bit, but you didn't know that until I said it. Throw a rope dart at him. Why not? Kill that captain, because why not? And he is dead. Let's go. There it is. Buried Facade. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.